Okay. So, to finish putting lotion on before I left. Anyway, so on my way doing something I was doing this rising, something took me back because I had to think about. I'm like, I was thinking about the Strangler or whatever, right? And then I was watching somebody's channel one day, and I think they put their face in the channel, like they put their face in there, like somebody wanted me to see them. All right. Then I was thinking about the burning bush because I told you the burning bush, like older women that already have maybe like a hysterectomy. They're witches. They're valuable to a certain masculine in my eyes. Okay, there's could be a snake in the bush as well. There's also like a snake or a trail from like Chicago to Texas. There's something about a pipeline or some type of, I don't know, traveling or something. When I had my old map book out a couple years back, we pulled out that map and it was showing like the trails that people was taking into the country from like Mexico or different trails that people over the years to escape persecution places. You know, this map had these things on there. I had like no, I think I went to the an estate sale and I found like a bag full of maps, a garbage bag, and I love maps. And so I remember back before we had Wi-Fi on the road and stuff like this, and we used to go on road trips. We still had a map. Okay, so there was old vintage maps, old maps from like the 70s, probably through the 80s or 90s. And we had some from like the wars. You know, somebody could have collected these at museums and stuff like this. And it made me think about that. And then I thought about somebody was doing a video, and then my name is not that common. You know, my name is Shalonda is not that common. But somebody that I know could be connected to the story did a video, and they said the name, and then something about arson. And then I started thinking about that girl a couple months back. I told y'all it was a lady with a pretty spirit, and she's a birth victim. Um, you know, she was still putting on makeup. Even her face was, you know, totally distorted. She was still putting on makeup and lipstick, and you know, her fingers and stuff had been burned and stuff. Um, but she had a beautiful spirit. Okay, and she said something about arson, and a couple other names she said in there were, you know, family members' names and other family. So I don't know how all this, because source have, you know, when I just go in, the source have me put this thing together. So I don't know if this is to help somebody see something or this side of it. Okay. But I watched like 5 minutes of the video or whatever on my way to get my coffee, and I happened to catch that part. And so I was thinking about something. Back when I was younger, it could have been my sophomore year, between sophomore and junior year possibly. And it's a day like this because I think that it was probably like around this time, you know, September-ish. It could have been like around this time, I'm not sure. Like the beginning of school or something like this, getting off of like a fun summer. Because I think, yeah, could have been that. I want to say that summer my cousin lived, because, okay, a couple summers before, her sister lived in these apartments. I can't remember what street it is, but it was by the Grays Lake in North Chicago. It was by the Grays Lake Credit Union. And a couple years prior, my cousin Mickey used to live there, and then her sister Niecy got an apartment there. And then around the corner, my play sister, sister Shaka, had an apartment. And later on, my play sister Sophia got an apartment upstairs. So a lot of people lived in this particular apartment building, and there was a halfway house across the street from it, right by Burger King over there, off of Green Bay Road. And I don't know why we're going back, because it's like pinpointing. If there was a stalker or somebody watching me, or somebody in the skies, okay, I'm starting to think, are the dark skies the people that are from the underworld, but they have access to tools and things like this. They have access to tools in the upper chambers, right? Air energy, air force. They have connections, or aerial energy, or satellite energy. They have, or NASA, or satellites in general. But they're the dark energies, okay, from beneath, okay. And so it made me think about this. I forget why we were over by, because there used to be a, called the Showdown, or the something girl Sundance, or I don't know, it was a club or something over there. And I don't know if you could get in this club, but if you wasn't over eight, because they was more like parties instead of like a club. But I think you could get in there at a party or something. I don't know if you had to have a wristband to drink. I don't know. It's something weird about this, because this incident didn't happen after I had my child. And I had my child the last year of high school. So this incident did not happen after that. This incident happened before that. That's why how I know I must have still been in school. But I don't know, because when you're from a small town, like, people be over here. At one point in time, I used to go over there because my play sister and them cousin lived over there. My boyfriend used to live over there with them. We found out they lived over there around the same time I used to visit over there. The boyfriend and his family was living in Lakehurst apartments around the same time as them. So this took me back, because if these women are witches, or they all in the same coven, it took me back, because Kurt is the one that lived in Lakehurst apartments, and they lived in there for a long time. And that's the one that introduced my dad to his girlfriend Pam, with the two fake sisters, or the two play sisters, okay. And my boyfriend lived in those apartments too when they was little, around the same time. And this is the same person. See, I was thinking about, that's funny how these occurrences happen, because they lived in those apartments around the same time when they was little, years right back in, the 80s, 70s, 80s or something. But how that's funny that if these people are clicked up on some other kind of energy, this is who came in at the last minute, because I was doing my wedding all by myself. I only had a little bit of money. I only had a little bit of time, and I was doing it all by myself. So nobody was helping me. None of the places. That's why I be thinking, damn, is this a bride's revenge? Like, for real, okay? So, like, nobody, like, we was all tight and everything, but nobody was like offering to help me or whatever. And I was saying that's funny, because the same girl, the Watson girl, is the same one that came in and helped us, the family or whatever. And our families was connected. Like I said, their grandmother used to go out with my Uncle Bobby. I think his name came out on the list too from that girl's reading. Um, my Uncle Bobby Lee, and he was the one that looked most like my grandma. So, um, what was I gonna say? So she's the one that came in the last week of the marriage, okay? And then she also introduced me to I think I had India I Read the Truth at the wedding, and then also Heaven Can't Wait. I was trying to think about what song, something like that, and then I think she came over. I was living in the Wildflower Apartments, and she came over there or whatever, and she had some songs on the thing. And then she was already kind of like, I don't know what kind of job she got, but kind of like, you would think that her job was something like a paralegal, or somebody, a young, woman that got something good, a good job and everything, take care of herself. She got guap. You understand? She got, a good future, a good job or whatever. Something that's domineering, something where, you got to talk in front of people. You got to be, like that, right? So, I just thought that was strange now that I'm thinking back at it. And I think she played Michael Jackson, Heaven Can't Wait. So these are two songs or whatever, that were supposed to be incorporated in the wedding or whatever. I walked down the aisle to India Ari, okay? So I don't know. It's just kind of tripping me out a little bit, because even I was thinking about this whole thing about this 90210 kids, right? Because the girl reminded me of Andrea, okay? And then my boyfriend at that age, he reminded me of Dylan. He looked just kind of like Dylan or whatever, but a mixed version, right? And then my old picture, I call her Pretty. The picture that I just put up yesterday, she kind of looked like Brenda a little bit, okay? And you remember Brenda kind of went a little bit haywire off the show, blah blah blah, whatever, like this, when Kelly and I was thinking about how Kelly looked like my play sister Sophia. So I don't know what the fuck. I just don't know. Okay, so like maybe this is something that has something to do with like the drama that was on these particular shows or something like this, right? So I don't know why I'm doing it like this, okay? Because when I seen that guy's face, I'm like, that's strange or whatever. And then that's when I was just thinking, because I was like, why is somebody trying to get at me or something? Or why is it, I told y'all that it's almost like the Greens or the city already got one of me. You get what I'm saying? What I mean by that is at some point in time, I was taken, right? A version of me was taken, right? But then it's almost like by these people, maybe by captivity, or I ended up somewhere brainwashed and starting a new life or something, and then just they just replaced me, right, in my real life, because I finished school and everything, went back, after after this thing happened with this guy, right? So when I seen the guy's face, I think he was showing me or something like this, right? And I telling you, somebody keep talking to me as if I'm their girl. Like there's somebody that's obsessed with the energy, or they're talking to me like I'm their girl, but I don't know who this energy is. It's like somebody's speaking to me telepathically. I told y'all it's almost like they did kill one version of me. Like there could be a murder story out there in a newspaper, or a young girl found da 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 da. It could be me, but it's not me. It's almost like how I told y'all. It's almost like when somebody hear that they're gonna do something to somebody, it's like a decoy is placed so that the other person don't get harmed, or that person is swept away somewhere, right? So even these lords that's trying to act like this, or these people from the industry that's trying to do the same thing, I noticed that when certain things was going to be coming in, I feel a current energy coming in. Some of these girls that got picked up by some of these rappers and stuff like this in the beginning, like all the people was just hovering around me, but I don't think that nobody was like realistically in my life. You can't see like a man came in my life and gave me a come up or something like this. I'm flying around with all my kids going to Hawaii and shit like this, like what's her name? Like Jacayla Tarot. Okay, I know this person is connected to somebody. It could be this Yay Gotti energy. Y'all have to just. I read energy differently. Okay. Like I could hear your voice and I could read energy off of you, okay? I don't even have to see your face, and if I see your face, I could read differently too. So, okay. So I noticed that these guys, when I felt something weird coming around, it's like some of these girls would be like, oh, I'm on vacation, or in a hotel room in a different city or something. Nobody was moving me like that. You see what I'm saying? It's like God moves me. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so I don't know if it's some kind of recruitment or something. Once these girls get into something physical on the physical realm with any of these energies, or again, say that I have been out having sex with random people or sharing my energy with random people instead of sitting at home. Whoever I would, what you ain't understanding is some of these entities that's attached to the celebrities are then can be attached to people in your neighborhood. They get close to you. They sleep with you through these people. All right. And they can have these people do things for you that maybe if they didn't have these attachments, they normally would not do. Okay. So some of these girls could have been going on shopping sprees, doing all this kind of shit like this. Right. So nobody was able to connect with me, or me accidentally, hug them or be intimate with them or communicate them on with a certain kind of level. Like, I just locked myself down for the past 7 to 10 years or something. Right. They would have had to use my spouse. They would have get rid of him, kill him, or replace him. You know what I'm saying? Move him somewhere else with some other female, or somewhere else in general. And then they would have had to put somebody that's a lord here that could host a lot of different entities at a time to be intimate with me. They would have had to do it that way, or to get hugs or kisses, or connection, like touching. Okay, touching. Some of us spark this energy by just touching someone, healing hands, right? Okay. So I noticed it was to make me feel like, oh, you still sitting in that town when one of those floods come in. That mean that those entities is touching you or something like this. And I moved my special girl out of the way, and I left your ass right there. But it's almost like whatever they're doing, it still doesn't damage it hasn't damaged me or something, right? So somebody may think we don't have to move Shalonda because she don't get afflicted by these type of groups that come around or something like this, right? So this could also be people that come around and try to ruin people's reputation, naked pictures of them, try to set them up in compromising positions in the bed naked, with a child or something. Like, it's these kind of setups that we're talking about possibly too. Or making somebody ill with a dirty needle or a dirty bomb. Dirty bombs could be people. Somebody could send a dirty bomb. Somebody with a mental illness to come be with you, hang out with you for a couple weeks, couple months, y'all sleep together, and now this person is that crazy about your energy. And it's like different. It's not like they're going to be all up in your face calling you every day. It's like these motherfuckers go in the background and start stalking you, trying to see like you an animal, and then try to end your fucking life. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm picking up on. Like, the game, let the games begin, right? So anyways, let's go back to the time when I was a teenager. So I think the place, there used to be like a Jewel there. The Lakehurst Mall was there. And then I think Lakehurst was still there. They changed it to Walmart now. But one summer, I can't remember, I think we was at my cousin's house. We had to go to the grocery store or something for something. We was in North Chicago at my cousin's house. We had to go we was about to make some tacos or food or something. And this guy tried to talk to me he was just so, adamant about it or whatever at the grocery store. And I gave him my number. And we talked on the phone for like a month, couple weeks, something like this, and then he was asking me, he was from Chicago, allegedly. And he was down here doing something, maybe promotion for that club or something like this that was there, okay? And then he asked me, did I want to go out to eat, or go at his parents' house, go meet his parents, or something like this or whatever. And I could have been between 15 and 17, okay? And I remember because he came to pick me up at the Metro house. All right. And okay, so I think it was still light time out and everything like this. I'm like, okay, it only take like 30-45 minutes to get to Chicago or whatever, as long as I'm coming back or something like this. Tonight, I was still young. I had to have a curfew and shit like that. I can't just go spend the night at people's house or something. So I didn't think no shit about it. I just thought we was going to go an hour there, chilling, and then an hour back. So before I left, I gave the family members, before I left, I gave my play sisters and, I gave my play sisters the license plates number of this person and the car make and model before I left. So that, and I think I even told them I was doing it. Okay. I'm like, just in case, motherfucker, I don't play, like, just in case, but I I think he knew this too. It wasn't like we was sneaking get it in there or nothing like this. I was getting it and going and taking it in there. But it made me think, what if all these people was in this shit together? What if even if I'm trying to put myself back into space and time here, because I say hold the hell on, okay? Because I remember the boy picking me up. I remember getting in the car feeling really, automatically I was feeling chill. But I think it felt like, I wasn't going to Chicago all the time back when I was young like that. Not all the time, right? But it felt like it was taking so much longer. When it started feeling like it was taking so much longer to get there, and I think it felt like it was getting maybe even dark. I don't know, because I don't know if it's almost feel like how right now the sun is starting to come in. It felt like it was this time of day because I thought it had to be early so I could get back on time. But I'm thinking because the light was shining in the car the same way it's shining right now. But by the time when we was I'm like, damn, why is it getting dark? You know what I'm saying? Why is it dark? Like, motherfucker, by the time we get here, that's when I just started feeling a little bit uneasy or whatever. And so we get to this house and it's dark there. It ain't nothing. We get to this house in the city. It's maybe like a brownstone. It's like a buildings or whatever, like a long thing of buildings, like a brownstone. I think they live like in the downstairs part. They live in the downstairs part. And then when we came in, he like, shh, or something like this. Like, you gotta be quiet. Like, oh, and I'm like, what? I thought I was coming to meet your parents or whatever like this. But it's like, oh no, they sleep already. But this older guy, if I was like 15, he had to be 19, 21. He had to be, if he was a club promoter or something, he had to be like 21 probably. Okay. We was not the same age, you had the driver's license, you had to be at least 16, somewhere between 16 and 20 or 21. Okay. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I think I know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And so we watching TV or something like that. And then it's something about like being on the bed or whatever. I'm having all my clothes on. I'm just feeling really extremely nervous. And so this is the only time in my life where I've ever been in a compromising, I don't remember the person hurt me or anything. But if I could say that, as a female, one of those times where you like, no, or whatever, I don't want to. And it happened anyway. You understand what I'm saying? This was the only time something like that I can recall in my physical reality that I was very uncomfortable. I was very emotionally something after that. I think that it's just the way it was done. I just really felt snubbed. I really felt, and maybe as a teenager I didn't know fully how I should feel, but I really felt like I don't like that. I didn't like that or something like this. It's not enough to just run back in the house and like, oh my God, call the police. It wasn't like I didn't know what to think. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So it just made me think about that because I'm thinking like, did I actually make it back home? Because I'm hearing somebody say, oh, we were scared and we left or we ran. So I'm just thinking like, what if something, like, I just don't understand. I'm trying to pick up on something here. Because I told y'all I have several occurrences where I remember myself, going places or something like this. Like when I go to a hotel, I remember parking the car, doing like this, getting my luggage, everything, coming out going in the room, setting up my stuff, having a good time, whatever we're doing. And then I usually maybe remember me like checking out or something, but it's almost, see, I'm seeing that check-in card from that one deck in my mind's eye right now. But it's by the time checkout happened or my trip back home, I cannot remember. The only time I can remember was a couple years ago. When the last time that I went on one of these little mini trips, one of these one-off trips for my birthday when I lived in Kenosha County, when I still lived in Kenosha. The last one, and I came back. I went to Milwaukee, for a refresher weekend. I think it could have been around my birthday, but it didn't have to be because then we were just stressed out in that house and I just needed my own space once in a while. But I think it could have been that one last time for my birthday when we went to that curry restaurant. I invited the two sisters up, and Yeah, because I had lost all that weight and everything. And then I invited them up to go to dinner for my birthday. We went to like an Indian restaurant, and then I came back to the room and they left or whatever. This was a couple years back. But I remember coming back home because something exciting when I was pulling back up to the house. When I was pulling back up to the house, the children had wrote, and I think I posted on Facebook too. The children had wrote, "Oh, come this way. We love you, Mom. We miss you, Mom." And they had like written like why did I just get emotional a little bit right there? Because it's making me think what happened to the children then. Did something happen to the children way back when, you know, in Illinois? And actually, I was, and these was the original children. This is what it make me think about. Because they never had done nothing like that before. They never had, it's almost like, I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Because it's almost like the child left behind. I always have to stay here and never get change or something like this. But they'll take the children or my spouse or other family members on like a spaceship and take them somewhere when they know that some calamities is happening. But since they feel like I can handle it, or if these people are trying to get rid of me for good, they leave me here to see if they're going to come back and find me, scrapes and bruises or something. But it just was weird that time because I was able to remember coming home. Right now I had to come home because I had came home. I have never not been at home. Nobody never said you've been missing, ma'am, for like 2 weeks. I've always come home because I still finished out this whole thing. You understand? But I just can't remember checkout in going back home. Just like remember detail, clickety click, 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 click. All these years later, I can remember when that guy picked me up and how we was running down the stairs or whatever, and how, I was like, no, gotta put the color of the car, all this stuff on the car and everything like this. And I gave that pic. I remember, the ride there and everything, how it was getting dark fast. I remember all this stuff. But I just remember feeling really icky or whatever. And I thought it was the next day. And I could swear we got in the car. And I don't really remember I just remember like probably just sitting still like, I just can't wait to get home. I'm never going with a person from Chicago. Like I just kept feeling. But at the time, like my play sister was dating this dude. I think the dude was named Rufus or something. She was dating him in Milwaukee or whatever. So we were branching out a little bit. Like it was like we was growing up, We weren't just hanging around with the little kids on the corner, the little kids on the corner and stuff like this. Or just, at our cousin's house. We was branching out. We was finding our own friends and stuff like this. So, yeah. But I'm just thinking like, if I remember anything, is sitting in a car feeling uncomfortable coming home. Do I really remember everything? Like, no, I just don't. So it's making me wonder, well, damn, was that a crime? You know what I'm saying? Okay, because I'm hearing somebody say, oh, we ran because we ran. So if they've been swapping me out, if they have several clones of me, this could be the story of one of my clones. The burn story could be a story of one of my clones. If I can resonate with people, see, because the girl I told you, I could pick up on her good spirit. Okay, the girl with the burn face. But like this could be people that do stuff like that, like they're burning somebody or doing something, ruining people's face or something like this, so that you can't recognize yourself. I don't know. It's something. If you see one of your clones, you recognize yourself. I don't know. All right. So we got illumination, truth, discovery, awaken. All right. So when I seen this man's face, I'm like, why that face look familiar? I don't even know if it's on TV. I don't know if it's nothing like this. But that man's face look familiar. So somebody saying, okay, I had to let you go to love me or something like this. This have to have something to do with like gang wars or back end wars amongst families, or we'll give you, or somebody like, let me get a Daenerys. And that was one of the Daenerys. Maybe the thought of me coming home, riding home with that person, but I keep hearing that they ran. Because think about this. If these women were my ladies in waiting and I was the queen, but they thought they had a chance to be the queen, or their parents promised them if they could be my friend and soil me and push me all the wrong directions, link me up with all the wrong people, things like this, then they could be queen. Don't worry, our family works in cloning. Our family works in, surveillance. Our family we'll just clear y'all slate. We'll put all the crimes on the queen, and y'all can all just sit, each four of y'all can break the crown in four pieces, and y'all can sit on the throne. And she just, by the time we ruin her with all her secrets, she trusts us. All these things like this, she cannot be queen, and you guys could be queen, right? Like, don't worry about it. Because it's like, well, I know what we're doing to her. We're surveillancing her and ruining her. So what makes you think that they're not going to do that? But by that time, like I said, something already is off. And that's why I blame some of these masculines or some of these men and I feel like that's why God did it different this time, that let these women come in and beat them. And then they don't care about their own child, or they who the fuck put their child, who own a company and leave their child not having a good part in that company or a good job in that company, unless the child was supposed to have the company and the parents stole it from them. And if the child ever really woke up to who they was, the parents and all their friends would be persecuted. It's almost like somebody pitting their own child against their girlfriends, every girlfriend they ever had, and their children, and uplifting them like, look at these children or whatever. And, oh, my daughter is just down there in the pit or something like this. It's like, hell no. Hell no. It's like sacrificing Christ. Or men doing this like they like a woman so much that they'll sacrifice they only or they firstborn, but they have to have more to do with this, because it's like, if I was born with the crown and they was not, this was your plan to take it. You see what I'm saying? So it makes me wonder, and when we have illumination here, right? And then once they get these girls dead or off the server, or maybe the person just got brainwashed, maybe they got strangled, maybe they're using the term strangle but it's really brainwash, or maybe they're using brainwashing but it's really strangling, a soft kill, something like this, okay, where you program this person to be, for doing whatever you're doing or something, or being in their life some kind of way. Yeah, something about round and round here, okay. But I remember, shocking news. Yeah, so I remember coming back, and I know I made it back home. Like, I know, well, again, that's what I'm saying. One of my clones could have died there at that place. Because I just remember just being uncomfortable, staying up all night, like, oh my God, when is the day gonna break? Because the person's like, oh, we can't go in and out or something like this, because we're gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna wake up my parents or whatever like this. I'm even wondering, was it even any really fucking parents there? You I'm wondering, was it any fucking parents there? But I just remember sitting there like, and he was all snoring and shit next to me, and I'm just like, oh my God, I just want to go home. I just want to go home right now. Right the fuck now, I want to go home. I had to be somewhere between 15 and 17. And I just didn't know what to do. We didn't have cell phones back then. I didn't know where his phone was. I didn't see. We came straight in a dark house and went straight to a dark room. I didn't really get to see nothing else around me and nothing. So that's what I was thinking. If these aliens or these entities can just come and get you out of your house or something like this, shit. If I made it to that area and I got hooked up to that server, something could have went around like, oh, this nigga do you know what this person about to plan? And somebody could have moved me out of the way and put a decoy. And if the person did die, it's a decoy, or some shit like this, right? So I'm just thinking like, that's strange, because I remember so bad I wanted to, like, I should be remembering all the rapid thoughts that was going on in my head. Like, I was trying to act normal because I didn't want to be like, did you just rape me, or did you just do this to me or something like this? and then the motherfucker just kill me. So I'm just like, yeah. Oh, yep. Yeah, my dad gonna be like tripping or something like this. I'm already in trouble. Dang, I'm just a little nervous because I'm probably gonna get in trouble because I'm supposed to be back at this time. I was just acting like that. So, but what I'm hearing in my ear is like, oh, we was panicked and we ran. So what if like I said, what if the girls at that time, what if these was traffickers that I was living with all this time? And you know, if what if their reality? Okay, let's chop it up like this. See, I need another cigarette, y'all, because now we talking. Okay, I had to chop it up like this. Like, what if there was something shady going on, and then these girls were young too, and they didn't really want to call the police because, what if they were doing that? What if they were, you know, what if this was a trafficking thing? Um, and what if in their reality? Let's stop the chapter right there. I could have sworn I just seen a fairy. The fuck was that? Okay. So, what if their reality, because these people obviously got swapped out a couple times too. What if their reality was, I'm seeing like, how like on Lovely Bones, I think the girl was like, it was almost like I think she went back and she was trying to get in contact with the man or with her dad, like she was trying to solve her crime or tell people that it was this man. It was like a force, or I think in that movie that's how that went. If it's not that movie, it's another movie. But what if this was a plot to get rid of somebody, and the real freaking out part was that I came back home. Do you get what I'm saying? Because what if there was something that went on with my boyfriend and one of my play sisters or one of my friends or something like this? Because they all got some kind of like keys to the city, because the whole thing was to ruin me. And what if somebody was, it's almost like if she's a Brent, if I'm Brenda and she's a Kelly, if Sophia is Kelly and I'm Brenda, and how they said that Sophia might have been Sophia the goddess or whatever like this. Could have been, but then I had to read Sophia Piscus. But what they said that she could have been close to Jesus or a sister of Jesus or a family member of Jesus or something like this, right? So their reality was that something was supposed to happen to me, and I end up showing back at home, and then they left. This is why the breakup between them, my dad and his girlfriend, or something else. Or this is then they tried to go on that trip for that damn family reunion and left me there at the house, hoping that whatever would have happened then would have killed me too. Same thing with the John Bonet thing. What if the same thing when I was pregnant with my daughter, they left me. I was supposed to be giving birth any day. I didn't have nobody but my boyfriend and my dad. And my dad went on a mysterious trip to South Carolina. Some shit like this. But they could have always been running something where there's two of me. One in the dark and one, in the light. One being passed around like an animal, a dog. Trained like a dog ever since that age by some people or something. And like some kind of lap dog or something that was getting passed around to a community or something. I have no idea. But I'm seeing like, is there another reality where the town knew about something, so it was best for me to leave Illinois and move to Wisconsin? Because what the town is remembering is that there could have been something in the newspaper about somebody, and like the secret people that know They knew. It may not have been a name, or we don't know the identity or something, but they fucking knew. But I do know, I think I was broken up with my boyfriend around that time, which gives me it had to be between 15, it had to be between 16 probably and 17. Because I think we broke up for a good year and a half or a year or something. Um, because I remember talking to him about it afterwards, like, oh, this thing happened or whatever, and I just don't feel the same or something. Like I not confess, but I consoled, like I what do you call it? Confided in him about this situation that happened to me while, because we were still kind of we were still kind of friends while we were broken up. I could call him and just sit with him or talk to him, or he could come pick me up or something, or we'll just, hang out a little bit and talk, or other things. But because remember, I keep on telling y'all, it's almost like there was a turn of events where these people went one way and I went another way, but we still been together all this time. Like, this is the longest stretch that I've ever not talked to any of my friends or family members right now. This is the right now. Like, I never went for a time, except for the last 4 years possibly, with my BFF, with the play sister, or my cousin Niecy. Like, those were my 4 main people around me when I was growing up. And this is the longest span of time that I never talked to them with the fasting. So this could be some kind of fasting that I'm doing too. The last 4 years, the best way I can or whatever. So do you see what I'm saying? There's always been a Sophia and Nina and a Niecy around me. But what if there was a turn of events where the real, come here, fuck your friends, where your real friends at? What if there's a turn of events right there? This is what's tripping me out, y'all. I don't know. We got spiritual gifts. All right. Let's see. And I think I feel like I don't like the way that people that's not even supposed to be above me, or they're not supposed to be in my Akashic records like this, they're sitting there. It's like a time limit to close up a gap. And it's like these people are spoon feed. They were supposed to just give me the whole rundown a long time ago so I could figure all this stuff and get stuff in order. But they wait until the last minute or a gap is closed, and now they're giving me like the truth after they've trapped me here or some shit like this. You see what I'm saying? Like, these people should have never been trusted with giving me the truth, especially if they were trying to hide a little discrepancy of them being the reason why I could have been missing. You understand? But the point is, after that incident, I came back home. I started going out with my boyfriend again. I ended up getting pregnant. I went to the same Waukegan High School. So whatever this is, it would be a mysterious thing, or like I said, one of my clones did lose their life, or they got trapped up into the city, into trafficking or something in the city, or a city life, or it's almost like this is for a race of people that have clones and they manage all their clones. I'm not supposed to be managed by somebody else that's managing their clones and you managing mine to make money off of mine. I was supposed to use my body to do something else. You understand? This could be overwhelming or something for somebody, because now when it's time for everybody to turn in their reports about what they did with all their clones and shit on Earth, I don't have one to turn in because somebody was doing something. I'm hearing this could also how people could end up like rallying against somebody and blaming all their sins, or putting all their sins on one person and having that person pay for all their sins, or something like this. Because it's under, when I think about it, I think that a soft kill, the only reason why somebody would do a soft kill or strangle somebody almost close to death and try to bring them back to life would be to have some kind of control over them. Or to even kill somebody completely and then clone them underneath your jurisdiction would make you in charge of that person. So somebody must have found something about somebody and they wanted to be in charge. This should be limited access, limited things. Limited people should have access to this person or whatever they have to offer. And these people like sold it out like wholesale for dirt cheap. It's like something worth $1 billion a pop, and somebody was selling it drug money or something. Do you understand how corrupt, how, you know, what the punishment for these people if something like this happened? Yeah, firestorm. Okay. Karma, drama, endings, loss, mental. Somebody could be going through this now. This is something that they could have put on somebody in the past. Yeah, because somebody's feeling like trash about what they did. They hoping it don't come back up or something like this. All right. We got run in reverse, like run's house, like run. All right. Also, we got don't run. Okay, somebody's already feeling like trash or something about what they did. Or that's why I was saying, like, what if everybody, like, some people go through this process and then, you know, like I told you, if you stop, you have best friends and stuff like this, and you stop talking to them, and then nobody calls you, usually there's a reason why you stop talking. So they can say all they want and try to do all this bullshit because they think they have power or they have positions of some type of authority when it comes to like life and death, or the heavens and earth, or the underground and the upper chambers, whatever it is. It's like somebody like, oh, she's a bitch, she just stopped talking about us and she's talking about stuff online or something. But this had to stem, this could be a firestorm or something, because somebody keeps saying haunt me, just haunt me already. So in my reality, I would never have picked up one clue that my boyfriend would have ever dealt with any of those 4 people that I just named, or my BFF Candy. No Candelaria. There's no bone in my body, in my Truman Show cliche reality, in my bubble, that I would recognize this. But I told you guys, when I looked at that picture of that birthday party that I had at my Kenosha house, and the way that I looked at the boyfriend, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not, motherfucker, that is not him. Like, that's not the way you looked when we lived in that house. It definitely ain't the way you look now. That's not the way that you looked. That's the way you looked 10 years prior to that. So what the fuck is that clone doing at that birthday party at that time? And why was he looking at this Sophia, and she was smiling, all like smiling and everything, and he was looking at her like in her face like, yeah, whatever. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck? I was there at the party, I think, too. So it was all 3 of us in that picture. Somebody took the picture and he was looking at her, and she was like explaining something. She was like smiling. That smile, I know that smile. That smile is when you talking to somebody that you like, or when somebody that you like is giving you the attention, a little bit of attention. That's how you be smiling. And I was just doing something like wrapping up a present or moving a present out the way or something in the picture. I wasn't paying no attention. But when I looked at the picture, I'm like, the fuck was you looking at her like that for? It just hit me right then and there. Okay? It really did. But it must have been a time loop, or somebody is a time traveler, because his facial features, he had facial features with the longer chin and stuff like this, the sharper chin, the longer chin. He had those facial features back then in high school. Every time I'm thinking about his face is more a square jaw when we're older. In that house, it was more of a square jaw. I mean, a square face. But I remember that one time when he went and got his beard cut off. He got everything cut off, and I was laughing when he came in the house. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we hadn't seen him without chin hair for a long time. And the girls and everybody was crying. The children were crying, and I think he felt so bad or whatever. But I'm thinking like, well, oh, look at this. Okay. What if the children's reality, this is something that they don't let the mothers into the secret society, or they don't let the mothers have an awakened view of things? And what if the children were crying, not only because he looked different, because that's the version of this person that they fear. When I was going out of town, or when I was going to the hotel for the weekend to get a breath, what if they were swapping this person out, and as soon as I leave the house, this person was acting like a maniac to the. But my reality was that I didn't have anything to worry about. I watched this man over and over again. But when I leave, they could bring in a background person. Do you understand? And that one could be wicked. And that one could have been doing something to the children. I don't know. Could have been terrorizing and tormenting the children. I would not know. All right. So we have I miss you. All right. This could be a child on the other side or in the future or something like this. Okay. Okay. This could be a child here. All right. That's already been changed out, or they got replaced with a new life, or something like this here. All right. So let's see. So we got shocking news. But when I see, that's why I was saying about this thing about the tree gang energy, because I think it might have been something that he was showing. It was a person that he be showing a lot of people on his channel. And I think it was somebody that something was on his channel here. Okay. But I'm thinking about the bushes, or the bushes here. So like, it's almost like a group of people had a me, and they love this me, and they want another one. But there may not be no, I might be the only, or it's something weird like this. Okay, we got secluded, separation, reflecting, soul searching in reverse. Okay, and then we have police station in reverse. Okay, something could have happened at a police station or something like this. Secluded, separation, reflection. So maybe, I don't know, somebody was not secluded at a jail. This could even be somebody's situation right now. Okay, like somebody could be a female. They have a male out, because they're making me think about even when I think about Blueface or something. It's something in his face that remind me of me when I was younger. But I don't know if somebody was trying to do something like this, like put somebody in a male in a prison with females, or a female in the prison with males, or something. Somebody can't close a cycle here. All right, it's giving the enemies, or the people that may have had something to do with a setup on somebody in the past. It's almost like giving them the heads up, so that something could never be, like, the reason why everybody is here right now is to fix this thing, or these people to confess something, or for something to be figured out. And we've been talking about the whole wrong thing the whole time, because somebody is like, and I don't know, they took an oath or something, they can't talk about it. So we got the not happy here, the friend not being happy. Okay, maybe again, if these are people that's immortals, you get replaced. It takes time for you every time to regenerate. So you never been able to, and so they make sure every 7 years they do a soft kill ritual again, so you never regenerate, and you never are fully conscious of everything that's going on with your surroundings here. So we have memories here, and then we have this energy here about going goodbye. And it's like, for the Son of Christ, Son of God, or this God on earth, this stuff is kind of like, if they put people through this process, it's like, whatever you do is going to lead to how you, but it's almost like, no, I can try it this way, that way, that way. I get to still choose. I choose which way. I don't want to hear nothing to nobody until I'm choosing which way. Don't nobody choose. It ain't like, oh, well, if you talk too much about the past, you're going to be there. If you go, no, this is something that, like, your brain is supposed to have been doing this the whole time, but somebody took something out of you so you couldn't. You see what I'm saying? So somebody saying goodbye. They're not fake busy anymore. Somebody, I'm hearing, just can't wait to be king or something like this. All right. And then we have A, somebody from Minnesota or somebody from Canada. It could be in reverse, or they could be passed away, or like a hovering energy or spirit that was trying to get you to see something before they cross over or something like this, okay? Somebody got memories there, or they're getting their memories back. Like, I can't tell you what I think this whole thing is really having something to do with here. All right. Yeah, the mirror in reverse here. You know, in that new movie about that mirror or whatever, with those people in it, Final Rites or Last Rites or whatever. This could have been a clone that was hearing you that's in reverse. Somebody could have this relic, or it could have been something that was a relic, or somebody that was a relic. I don't know. I don't know, y'all, because we got DED, dead, or deed in reverse. Some deed or something is in reverse. Okay, I don't know if something could have been living in a house, or something like that. We got karmic lesson in reverse. Somebody could have been making you live a karmic lesson and you wasn't even supposed to do that. They made you live their stressful, face their demons. I miss. Okay, I miss. And then it says you underneath. See how it's showing up? I miss. I'm talking to you. No, let me stop playing. Okay. You got I miss, and then you is underneath here, but karmic lesson in reverse. Like, somebody was not supposed to learn this karmic lesson. You're like, you could have been battling something for years here. You don't even have the tools to do it, because you didn't. You would have the tools if you was the one that was supposed to have this, but you wasn't supposed to have this. You didn't have the tools or nothing. Damn, somebody could be shocked here. This could also have something to do with people like relating to each other because of trauma bonding, and think that everybody that had a lesser, sentence, or they wasn't that bad, they should be, it could be because of somebody's looks or something like this. I don't know. Somebody could have been doing something that it's just wrong. Yeah, and something is not too late, because now it's like time is starting to get shortened right now. You know how it's like, oh my God, remember back in the day? You know how you talk to people like, damn, man, in the 90s, y'all remember back then? It don't, when I'm talking right now, it feels like it's getting closer. It feels like there's a gap. It feels like 95, 96, 97 is coming towards me at a rapid rate to fill in a gap. And it's like, whoa, what's going on? I don't know. Because it's almost like if these people are stuck in a loop, they could have had to wait till the perfect time to try to get you back in the loop and get you there. If these are like time jumpers, like everybody hold hands like the Care Bears and we jumping into this next thing. But somebody thought, oh, we don't need her. And so they left you in like the living in the land of the lost. And I think it was a show called that. All right. Yeah, somebody had somebody blocked here. Somebody is shocked that they had somebody in a karmic lesson and it wasn't even for them. And somebody's shocked here, okay? I don't know if the person that got shocked by what they seen is being blocked and they're trying to communicate, I found the truth, but they're trying to block me from telling the truth, or, is the person just super shocked that you were blocked in this way? They can't believe that somebody did that. Because imagine it's work all of us had to do during these past 25 years or something, and your work is piled up. You didn't even get to do any of it. Like, yeah, we got some type of imprisonment. Okay, a star energy. Like, this could be what some stars did to another star. Hold on one second. Yeah, to say that this person was not a royal here. This is why these people is about to get a tower. So somebody could, okay, so this could be this eternal energy because this person wanted to be, that could be another candy energy here. Okay, to take you to the candy shop. Yeah, because remember we got that 50 Cent energy in reverse last night in that one reading, and then the song Candy Shop came on. Yeah, and here we go with a star energy. Because I don't know if these people is going to try to make it like you didn't serve your time as a star. Because maybe you had to get these badges in order to go into infinity and start molding and creating your own world because you made it this far. We talking about like school, like somebody going to a, I don't know, they in the 5th grade and now they in college or something, you know, on another level. Somebody is already something here. Okay, like imagine these people doing all this stuff for 25 and then you still score higher than them and you get to just walk. If they was blocking you and you get out of hate, not because they love you so much they needed to keep you in their circle, but out of hate, it turned to hate at some point in time, and then you just get to walk past all these people and get everything that God said you were supposed to get because they thought God was making a mistake by giving you that position. Because wait a minute, we had this person blocked, she didn't even go through these struggles or whatever like this. How you gonna put that person, but whatever they did is the reason why you getting to walk straight towards what it is, and then that turned to like hate, you know, like the slick thing that they did is what set everything back and now set them back and made you be able to walk forward and get something. And then now they mad. You get what I'm saying? This like somebody trying to trick. I tell you, it's something like trying to trick God. All right. Yeah, with the underworld. Or like I said, this could be like Diablo's daughter, the devil's daughters, you know, the Baphomet daughter. It could be all this here. That these people are working from the darker something here. It's like treating somebody like a baby too. Because I remember when we were younger, like I told you, most of my friends and stuff, they had jobs or something like this. And I was just, you know, me or whatever when I was younger. But, you know, I'll be like, yeah, I'm not going. I'm just chilling, man. If I didn't have no money, I would stay in the house or whatever. And then they'll come grab me out the house. Come on. We just going to pay your way or something. But then when I get money, then I will make sure that I buy something for everybody or something like this. You know, but it's almost like they wanted to, it's almost like everybody all together was trying to keep me as a baby to make a reason why they would have to run my life. Just because I didn't have a job. The motherfuckers that don't have a job and have to go work for somebody around people they hate be the people that can use their mind and expand and think about and do things, you know, that's deeper than the other people, usually. You get what I'm saying? So it was unjust here. So there could have been something that royals was supposed to be learning right now, and somebody said you weren't, so you wouldn't learn it, so they can have that. Because it's like they know you super special, right? So every realm you go into, these people try to ruin you to get a head start on you, so they can, no matter how far you go in that realm, these people are always going to have a run on you. See what I'm saying? The alien. Somebody was trying to keep somebody. That's also where the world card energy come in. The people are always trying to have a run, a heads up on you. And, you know, yeah, using magic here. Okay, the magician energy, and then make you be in a a Queen of Wands energy. You get what I'm saying? This is kind of creepy a little bit. Knave of Cups in reverse. 3 of Cups in reverse. Let's see. You got a cup in their hand, being uncovered. 7 of Swords. I don't know why I'm not getting with this. It's heartbreaking. Somebody got a little cup in their hand. No, the 7 of Swords is being sneaky. Somebody trying to sneak around, maybe even as an entity attachment, and get around you, your kid, my kid, something like this. Acting like they don't want something to be over or something. Nine of Pentacles. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't like it. That's why I said we be thinking these are men and stuff like this, but I feel like these are entities that can't help themselves. And right when your child start crowning, or you know what I'm saying, with a little girl start getting 14, 15, start looking at her appearance, perfecting her appearance and everything like this is when somebody come. I feel like a lot of these girls was also taking themselves back to teenage years to get this kind of affection, because they know that later on or in the future, or you're never getting that again. You can be that. Men will just keep it in their mind, or they'll sneak around and poke around on you or something like this, but they're not going to lift you up as like a queen or something here. And I'm not waiting for you to, motherfucker. I need to take my spot. Okay, it's something like this here. We got Justice and the Empress here with the Tower in reverse. And the Ace of Cups. Yeah, Chariot in reverse to get in somebody's Ace of Cups here. Hopefully this is somebody was doing some type of dark stuff here, or trying to sneak around you in the dark with the Chariot to get information. Ace of Cups. Probably about something that's clogged up, like you can't, somebody knows where you need to be going right now and think about. You can't see it because your stuff is too clogged up, or somebody keep drinking up all the water. So, you know, somebody else with a more advanced brain might be able to look at something here. I don't know. It's looking like something like that. Oh, hold on, y'all. I get to go home. I forgot about it. We don't have to hide at the park. We don't have to hide. School is back in. We don't have to hide at the park. It's quiet at home. We can go home. I could go home. Hold on. Let me get one of these in there. Let me get some of these. Okay. Somebody could be trying to stop you from being the Ice Queen. They don't like this. All right. Ritual in reverse. Jezebel and lust. I'm telling you, this is a lustful nation of people. And now these people can't manifest. They spend so much time being lustful and all this, and with the evil eye and stuff. Now they can't even manifest. So somebody could be trying to look how to get you back in. Yep, no work, no nothing. No, they're not getting no more of this money. They're not hooked up to these accounts. All this stuff is what they put on somebody else, on the Ace of Cups in the upright. Instead of just being nice or something like this. For real. Pathway ahead. Abuse in reverse. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, y'all. I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna go home.